All right, guys, so we're here today. I'm basically gonna do a clutch adjustment on the bike down inside the primary. I'm gonna change primary fluid while I'm down there too. Basically, clutch just seems to be coming out of adjustment pretty quick with just the cable, so I'm gonna do a actual clutch basket adjustment. That should help with that. I'm also probably right around the power level where I should consider replacing either just the factory spring to a 10% stronger spring, or just doing a whole new performance clutch kit, which is probably the direction I'm gonna go anyways. So, I mean, say my riding style is a little more on the spirited riding side for sure. But yeah, you guys can follow me through on that. It's not gonna be too hard. Just changing fluid and making an adjustment. I'll set you guys up and you can watch me do that, and then I'll pull her out. I'm gonna try to get some sound clips and stuff for her today too. So all right, so basically for the clutch adjustment, we are going to start with adjusting the cable adjuster down here. Basically we break this loose and then shorten the cable so that we get slack up here, which then basically also gives us slack from inside this cover. Basically pop off these 5 bolts, and then inside there I'll show you there's a Allen key stud with a nut that locks it to the clutch spring. So I'll show you guys that when we get there. Pretty easy job. Alright, so basically I adjusted the cable down there at the adjuster until I got plenty of play here. So then that should release any tension that's down in here. So basically I'll pop that off and I'll show you guys what's inside of there too.
As the moon grows, as the time slows, as the seasons never change, I take the time out just to find out, and I put that on everything. Yeah. And from the almost to the so close to a place I'd rather be, I had to climb out, I put my hideout just to find out everything. Baby, you could call me.
I mean, there's tons of videos on this too, but basically you break this nut loose here, you spin with this guy a little bit, and basically the whole point is back it out a little bit, and then you turn until the weight of the Allen key basically stops. So what I like to do here is just keep setting it up until, okay, that's about to stop there, but I'll double check. I'd say that stops there, and then you want to back it off. There's a half turn. I go a little bit more, and then you run this guy in, and you'll snug him up, and then that's adjusted there, and then we just need to retighten up that adjuster till we have the appropriate amount of play up top. As you can see, the fluid level, you might not be able to see in there, but the fluid level for your primary should be, if you follow radius or diameter of this around, oh, I gotta readjust that now, but you follow that radius down, the oil should be sitting right below the whole clutch disc. But the power where I should replace this spring or a whole new kit, so probably end of the season. Then I'll rip the primary cover off and redo the clutch with all new performance clutch discs and friction plates and a new stronger spring. But other than that, I'm gonna just go with this adjustment, readjust that, replace the primary fluid, all that today, all that job done.
Maybe you could call me. You could call me. Maybe you could call me. like you looking lost. Here's my number, you can put it on me. You belong with the stars, so follow me and I can set your soul free. You know me, ain't no sense in you being lonely. Should be right here where you're supposed to be with all of you.
So the adjustment you're going for up top with this cable pulls tight there, and when the clutch lever is out, you should have just about an 1/8 inch of play there. I'm just shy of 1/8 inch. I like my clutch to be a little tighter, but I mean, if you adjust this so this is too tight, your clutch won't fully engage when you release the clutch lever. And if you do this too loose, then you won't fully be disengaging the clutch when you pull this. But if you watch down here, you pull the clutch and you watch that center part move against the spring there. So that's about what you're going for there. And then once you have the distance that you want up top there, you just lock this nut up against the adjuster here. Obviously I will use a wrench in a second, but you get that up there and you lock that in, and then that's adjusted, and then you take it for a ride around. Make sure you're not running into issues with it basically creeping on you. Pull the clutch lever all the way in, you put it in first, it still wants to just go on its own, or the fact that when you release the clutch it doesn't seem like it wants to roll as if it's slipping. But I'm going to change that primary fluid because I feel like I've been burning a little bit of clutch friction material down, so might as well get that out of the fluid. It smells a little bit like it's a little worn in there, so I was definitely getting some clutch slippage. But she's still looking pretty, still looking great, nice and clean. Oh, you saw a little bit of that flake? Oh, there it is. Down in the corner, you see it? Oh, it disappears. So tough to capture. Like right now it's green. It's not green, it's black and gold, but oh, there it is, it's popping up. It's awesome.
Over me, I'm like, don't you dare say you over me. I remember everything you never said it couldn't be. By the time you figure it out, I'll probably be overseas, whipping in a black lamb with the windows down. And if it ain't me, it ain't you. Then why your friends knowing what we go through? That your presence is a gift, and we've been here for hours. And I'm just making wishes, watching these meteor showers as the moon grows, as the tide slows, as the seasons never change. I take the time out just to find out, and I put that on everything. Yeah. And from the almost to the so close to a place I'd rather be, I had to climb out. I do my
Kind of as you see there, my bike's a little low to be getting the drain pan under, so I made these little ramps, basically 2 2x6s, beveled the ends as sharp as I can, probably around 51 degrees. Nailed them together, so I have a 2-stage ramp, so basically I can fit this drain pan under here now, because I naturally can't, because the bike is lowered. So we're just gonna loosen up. There's a nut. Right, this nut right here is your drain plug for the primary. Loosen that up, let that all drain out of there. It's usually better to do it while it's warm, but I figure I have the derby cover off now. It's just gonna take a little bit longer to drain because it's not so thick, but this is just the 520 that you put in your motor too, so it's not like the transmission fluid. I usually run a 75 140 fluid in the transmission, so that one I'd want to warm up before I changed for sure. But here we go.
Hide out just to find out everything. Baby, you could call me. Baby, you could call me. Baby, you could call me.
And that's draining out there now. Typically there is like a gray color to it because that's one, you're getting little tiny microscopic metal shavings from the chain basically wearing on the gears, which is completely normal. And then you're also getting the friction material from the clutches also deteriorating each other too, going into the fluid. This is why if you have more of aggressive riding style, you want to change this oil more often than the 10,000 or 6,000 that they recommend from the dealership. but this bike only has 10,000 miles on it, so this is already the third time I'm changing the fluids, so take that as you will. That's about how often I'd recommend if you have more of an aggressive or spirited riding style where, you know, you're doing a burnout or two, or you're doing a couple rolling burnouts, or you're kind of getting high up into the RPMs with some aggressive shifting. So basically all I'll do now is I'll stick a funnel in this hole here, put that drain plug back in, and then I'll refill it. Like, it takes just about a quart, and you want it to sit right below where the whole clutch assembly is. Basically that the chain will feed the oil that it needs into the clutch pack, because you don't want the clutch submerged in the oil. You just want it getting the lubrication that it may or may need at the time. So if you find an issue where you just did your primary oil and your clutch is slipping a lot, it's probably overfilled with oil. You suck some of that out of there.
Maybe you could call me. You slow me down just a little bit. Want me to stay just a little while longer, and I got more than you can deal with. And I don't play, I'm trying to satisfy your hunger. Don't you ever forget, you've been here before. It was never like this. Now you acting like you don't know what you do to the kid. The best that you've ever had, but you never admit. So here's my number, won't you let me fall through? I made plans, don't you let them fall through. And you tell me it takes time, I'm saying let's make time. Instead you just waste time. So why you playing, baby, let me fall through. I made plans and tonight it's all you. We should call this ours, but I'm just making wishes, watching these meteor showers. As the moon grows, as the tide slows, as the seasons never change, I take the time out just to find out. Put that on everything, yeah. And from the almost to the so close to a place I'd rather be, I had to climb out, I knew my hideout, just to find out everything. Baby, you could call me. Baby, you could call me. Baby, you could call me.
So basically you'll want to fill up just to that edge of that silver line you see there. Should be just shy of a quart. And that is a little over 3/4, a little less than 7/8 of the quart. So 1 quart is too much, so just be careful with that. Alright guys, so that was clutch adjustment and a primary oil change. So the only thing left for me to do is take her around the block, make sure the clutch feels good and engages in the right spot, make sure there's no slippage and no creep, and then that's basically all there is to it. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Go ahead and like, comment, tell me if I fuck something up, whatever, or subscribe and follow along to the more stuff that's going on to this bike. So I'll see you later.